I'm Todd Grisham, and not a bad day for a fight. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Introducing first, it's Katie Taylor. She's 5'5" tall with a... Introducing first, it's Katie Taylor, perhaps the greatest athlete Ireland has ever produced. Delphine.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of...
An open-air outdoor stadium. What a venue for this contest.
I've been out in Vegas when fights like this have happened, and when...
What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Nice defense on that jab. In their first 2 contests, Delphine Persoon tried to bully Katie Taylor around and had some success. Taylor needs to watch out.
Sometimes everybody's got a bogeyman. What can Persoon change? What can it be? But she believes, you know what, I got it wrong the first time, I got it wrong the second time, I got this now. Maybe Taylor is just her bogeyman. Or should I say, bogey woman.
Just missed with that hook. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch, counter punch. Catch and shoot. That punch landed. She scores with that counter. These two were made for each other. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A perfect counter shot. She catches and counters. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent.
What do we expect to see here in round 2? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Who did more work in the gym? That's what it might come down to, considering how hot and humid it is today.
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do we train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it, but watch when the rounds roll on.
Good counter shot by her. Nice counter shot by her. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That jab misses. Threw the uppercut but did not score. There's a counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Nice counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. Well, this fight is not going to plan for her. She's got to figure something out. You wonder. The bell rings and we start the third. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. Holding nothing back here in the round. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Good counter punching. They exchange punches. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Back and forth they go. Swing and a miss with the jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Every time. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. It has not been going well for her, and you can see the corner is starting to get a little more animated.
Doesn't matter.
Here we go to the fourth round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Beautiful counter punch. He wasn't ready for that counter. She got clipped by that counter. Nice job getting that punch through. How about that time counter shot? Nice counter. They miss with the jab. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice slip to avoid the jab. The perfect counter lands. Nice defense with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. That counter shot lands. Good counter punch. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Once you're back out there, get your boxing back on.
On to the fifth we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. Nice counter punch. That hook just can't find the target. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. The greatest female perhaps of all time is in trouble of going down. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Swing and a miss with that hook. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. Well, the corner can't be happy with the way things are going for her right now.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Just get back out there.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Now, I don't want...
Okay, you're switching off now. I can see you're switching off, right? You've got this.
You're up, but you'll take her out. She's ready to go.
There's the bell for round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot by her. She got out of the way of that right hook. Oh no, Katie Taylor hurt. And right back into the fray.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Fighters landing in these exchanges, judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that time, Cap? I wouldn't be surprised if they stopped this fight considering the swelling and the bruising. And they are going to let her continue. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
There's a lot on the line here.
As soon as you start doing your thing, you're going to win.
Here comes round 7. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Some fighters, they think, you know what? My chin's so hard, it's like granite. She thinks her chin is like granite. Some people's are like glass. So she needs to be careful because granite can turn to glass with just one more shot, one more. And then it's a mental thing more than anything else.
counter punches have to hurt. Some nice exchanges from both women in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And this is a you hit me hard. I'll hold her right there. And she just wobbled Delphine Pursoon. Looks like trouble was averted.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Katie Taylor in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot...
Just get back out there.
And we enter the 8th round. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
They stop the hook there. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap.
Katie Taylor took a big shot and has to go down. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
That's lights out.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. No surprise there.